What's going on, people? It's Timmy Joe. It's the end of the year. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. And this is one of those fluff videos because I feel weird when I'm not uploading, and I have not been uploading very much in the last couple weeks. I mean, I can't just take a holiday, can I? Without feeling like I'm not doing enough for the channel. There will be explanations in this video as to what's going on and stuff, but this video is mainly to look at 2020. We're closing out a decade, and I want to think about the future of this channel, about you guys, our relationship, and thank some people and, you know, some stuff and things. Everyone out there who watches my videos, thank you very much for doing so. It's amazing the growth that I experienced in 2019, the things I accomplished, the things we accomplished together, and we couldn't have done it without the viewers, obviously. And thank you so much. I just had a video with 515,000 views. Those kind of numbers, to think my face, or yeah, my face was in that video. It's just on people's phones and computer screens 500,000 times all over the world, plus all my other videos and everything. It blows my mind, it blows my brain. And that's what I gotta say about that. So, a very special thanks to Patreon members. I do not do enough for you guys. I know it. I'm a terrible daddy. Anyways, there's so much, so many amazing people out there. In fact, I went to CES this year because of you guys. I raised some money. Now, I'm not going this year. I'm not asking for any donations for that this year. I'll explain a little bit more on that in a second too. I've got a goal in mind for this year, and it's way further away. It's halfway around the world, so we'll talk about that. But thanks to the Discord members who I don't talk to nearly enough. There was a little period there where I was in the Discord for about a month, and then I totally dropped off again. I'll explain, but Patreon, I want to mention some people specifically here. Christian Jepson, I've been looking at what you've been donating, and you're absolutely insane, and I thank you so much. Since you started Patreon, my goodness, you've really donated quite a bit to the channel. I want to thank you very much. Ted Melkuvmov? Ted, thank you so much for your donations. Tony Gallo, you've been around for a long time. I know that for a fact. Huge thanks for your donations. Jason Peruka has bought probably more than anyone else for this channel, that's for sure. He bought me video cards, water blocks. He's amazing. Thank you, Jason. You are a really good guy. I hope you know it, and I hope everything is going well in your life. Ben David Graff, Cosmic Drew, Rob G, Tyler Murphy, awesome. Jason Herring, Dominic C. Francis, Andrew Riviera. The list goes on. Clifford Caddy, Darren Lowsby, Calm, Marco, Francisco Sostos, his name's cut off, Saucedo Barboza, Matthew Mitchell, Player N. The list goes on. I'm going to put the rest on the screen because although you guys are very awesome, you didn't quite donate nearly as many as, like, I sorted them by the most money that's been ever donated on Patreon, and those top guys there, super awesome. Also, special thanks to Aaron. You know who you are, man. I'm talking to you in a bit. Sorry, he's been busy and stuff, but he's donated lots to the channel, some 980 Ti, some hardware. You're a super awesome guy. Hopefully he starts his own YouTube channel soon. That's for sure. Tyler, my buddy Tyler, he lives locally. He gives me all these old weird computers. So much content's come from Tyler's stuff. I couldn't do it without you, buddy, that's for sure. One day I hope to, he has so many old computers, I would hope that I could make enough money to just have them be in like a museum or something like that to help him out with that, because he does nothing with them. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. He just buys them because he loves them. It's these old computers. It's crazy. Jason Peruka, I already mentioned. Thanks, buddy. David, you donated some video cards. Rick from Holland, sorry. Just anyone who's sent me stuff. I'm sorry if I forget your name. I try to go through emails and stuff to really, capture, but yes, for sure. And so I wanted to talk, we talk about Patreon. You guys gave me money a while ago. I was trying to say, hey, I don't want to do advertising. Can we get that Patreon up there so that I could maybe avoid advertising. I hate advertising. It is not my favorite thing at all. Sometimes it's very, very lucrative. In fact, I just did an Amazon Ring doorbell, and the way it worked out, I made like really good money for that. And I did some other ads recently as well. And the reason why I did those ads was I wanted to go to CES and to Computex this year without doing any sort of GoFundMe. I'm too big at this point to be asking you guys for money to go to these things, especially when I can get sponsors to go to these things. But CES doesn't seem to be working out because all the work I did, the Ring doorbell and everything, I'm not getting paid probably until well into January, and CES is in the first couple weeks of January. And, I could stretch it, I could do it, but I thought, heck, take a break. I did CES last year, I'll do it again. It's fun, but it's not the big show. The big show is Computex, and it's across the world. It's like a huge flight. It is as far as around the world as I've ever been. I've been to Europe. That's as far as I've been. I'm going to Asia for Computex. Like that's Taiwan. That's crazy. So keep up this year. That's like in May. I'm definitely going to be going for that. I'm going to be working ahead of time, saving some money, getting some sponsors to go to Computex. That's where I'm going to be going. CES doesn't seem like there's going to be any huge announcements there this year anyways, but that was a really fun experience, and thanks for helping me out with that last year. It was really cool, and when I go to Computex, when I go to CES next, I want to be able to kind of bring them some people along with me to help me film and to get more done. It was very hard on my own at CES to get everything done in the conditions that I had set myself up in, and I didn't really want to repeat that this year, so that's what happened there. So yeah, we'll be doing Computex this year. I think that should be pretty awesome. So I wanted to also bring up the best videos of this year, not only by views, but the ones that I loved the most. So some of my most viewed videos of all time and this year happened in the last couple of months. There was, I bought the 2080 Ti, cheapest, that went a little viral. I still get lots of views on that one, so I bought a really bad blower version that wasn't working of a Dell Alienware 2080 Ti, and we fixed it, and that video did very well, and the subsequent videos. And then I started this series that I really love. I love this series where we do 2080 Ti 9900K, basically today's almost best gaming specs versus an older video game. And when I did the Crisis one, it went absolutely viral. Got 520,000 views almost at this point. It did very, 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 very well. So I have lots of fun making these videos because I play through these old games. I find all the quirks. I play like the upgraded versions and stuff like that. It takes a lot of time. Then it takes a lot of time to edit these, but they're voiceover videos and they tend to take a bit more work, and you have to play through the video games to get the footage to show you guys. And then I did one on Half-Life and it got 15,000 views. And I was really hoping that the algorithm would send that out to way more people. I think it's definitely the time of year. I launched that like the Friday before Christmas. Didn't do so well. So it's like, that was a really fun video for me, and the Crisis one did very well, and then the Half-Life one did very poor. I'm not sure if I should continue that series, but I do want to do videos that I like doing and not really worry about the algorithm so much, but I'll get to that in just a second. So but videos I like the most is the ones where I'm building stuff. I built and made a chiller. In fact, it's still filled with washer fluid and it's sitting under my desk there because I'm thinking I'm going to use it again at some point. The chiller doesn't really work because once you get even windshield washing fluid sub-zero, the molecules go tighten together and it doesn't flow through a water block very well, a CPU block. But we figured that out on our own, and heck, it didn't get the most views or anything like that, but I had a lot of fun taking an air conditioning unit and turning it into a water chiller to cool CPU parts, CPU or computer parts with. That was really, really, really fun. One of my favorite videos is I made my own case. I made an ITX case that was about this big. It's in my attic now, but it worked really well. It was like a forced airflow case with some Noctua fans, and didn't do the greatest, but it was a really fun video. I love the videos where I'm building something, just reviewing products and stuff like that. Can't be as fun as physically working with your hands and stuff like that. The AMD launch day coverage was amazing. The fact that I got AMD CPUs on launch day for Zen 3, that was amazing. And thank you guys for making that happen. I had to work very hard for that. And then I had to work very hard for it again because they didn't give me a motherboard. And I went and drove somewhere to get an AMD motherboard. And then, long story short, I got to review the 3700X and the 5700 on launch days, and that was really, really, really fun. And then I bought the Lisa Sue edition, 5700 XT anniversary edition, and that was a whole thing and stuff like that. One of my really favorite videos was this guy Quinn locally, know through a friend of a friend, made this crazy wall PC, and it was really fun to make that. I got about 50,000 views, did pretty good. And then all my Noob Pleb episodes always do so well. It's hilarious that I've had this series running. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to do it, or if I do it, I'm going to be very careful on, who I do it with and whatnot, because at some point I'm going to get sued by somebody or something. I'm just welcoming them by saying that. So, Noob Plebs, try to sell things on the internet. I will do that again, I'm sure. But I'd like to not lean on it as much and to be very careful with how I do that content. So I want to replace it with people have been asking me to do this for a while, and I always kind of thought it's been done on other channels and stuff, but we're going to do it. So tjroastmyrig@gmail.com. tjroastmyrig@gmail.com. Send me an email, and I need photos at the least. A video would be awesome. But let's say 5 photos of your PC setup, and I want the most ridiculous stuff out there. You've got some weird case, some weird rig, some makeshift computer setup. I want those in my inbox, and I will roast the crap out of you, and I'll try and be nice, and I won't be like actually factually mean, but I will roast the crap out of your rig. And if you have a weird computer, or your friend has a weird computer, and you can give me the permission to show the pictures on my show, tjroastmyrig@gmail.com. Send me your rigs and I will make fun of them. This should be a pretty fun series. So tjroastmyrig. Send me your weird rigs, the weird stuff. If you just have some regular gaming computer and a couple RGB, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the weird stuff out there. I saw a guy use a tuna can to rest his, there was a radio, like a car radio in the computer, in the CD-ROM bay, and then there was an AIO sticking out the top, sitting in a tuna can, like the rad. That's what I want to roast. I almost did that for Noob Plebs, but yeah. Disliked videos of this year: dual GPU cards and SLI and Crossfire in general. They used to be kind of fun to do. What I found this year was all dual GPU cards died hard for any new games you want to benchmark, and even the tricks to get SLI working and stuff like that in some games stopped working. Drivers stopped working. Older stuff, like I have a couple of dual GPU cards I can't even get working in Windows 10. Fire Pro graphics over there, stuff like that, S10000, some stuff like that. But I hate doing SLI. I'm done with it. I'm just absolutely done with it for now. So people really like it. It sucks that it couldn't have been, fixed. It would be cool if you could add 2 graphics cards together and get even, a 1.5 FPS boost, times, but it just doesn't work like that anymore. So plans for next year. I definitely want to get the hell out of my house. Whenever it's like time like this, like you wonder why I haven't been doing lots of videos lately. Well, my kid's been home sick. Then it's Christmas, and he lives in my house, and he's very loud, and my wife has a pretty good job, so she gets a lot of time off around the holidays, a lot of time off during the, and when people are in my house, I have a hard time yelling at the camera. So, want to move out of here, and I want to do it right this time. I was out of here out of my house anyways, for a while, and then I picked such a cheap place that the roof started coming down on me, and I don't want to do that again. I want to, I made some pretty good money, we'll say, in the last couple of months. There's definitely an opportunity that by February I should be able to get on out of here. So that is definitely something, but I want to do it right and not, overstretch myself. I want it to be done right, get into somewhere where I'm going to stay for a long time. Because another goal I'd like to achieve is, 225,000, 300,000, subscribers this year, something like that. We gained about 50,000 subscribers in 2019. That's really awesome. I got my damn plaque. I got my plaque. But, that doesn't mean much. You always have to keep grinding. Things are a little easier these days, and I'm never satisfied with my view counts, which we will talk about in just a second, but that doesn't mean that, you know, we can't grow in this year and things aren't, you know, it'll be good. We'll get out of here, get an employee maybe, somebody to edit my videos or someone to help out so you're just not seeing my ugly mug. That would be very, very, very cool. 250,000 subs, you know, goals for this year. Doing a lot more content, that's for sure. I don't do nearly enough content, and that's because I've set up this standard for myself of how I want my videos to go. I used to, when I had a job and I had only a certain amount of time, fart videos together. I don't like it when people do that. I like showing all the benchmarks. I like putting in the work, editing things properly, and uploading it to you guys, even if it's possible I don't do half that stuff and I still get the same amount of views. There is a certain threshold I need to meet for the quality of videos, and that is making me struggle in the, you know, the quantity of content, but I hope you guys appreciate that. I think that's better than just, you know, putting videos out for like this one for video's sake. But, you know, I haven't done a video like this in a while where I kind of go over myself and the you know, direction of the channel and stuff like that. I'd like to make a lot more stuff. I want to make some more cases. I want to make some more PC parts. I want to do some like actual custom loop builds, some really unique stuff, and keep up with the product reviews and do more and better product reviews. I kind of have gotten weird with them, and I think they're not great content because a lot of them don't get views right away. That's not how I should be thinking. People will eventually get to me, you know, for unique, you know, hardware and stuff like that, cool videos, and it's something I need to do more often. You know, everything that, you know, I get more products that way too, you know, which is pretty cool. Huge benefit of the job. I don't really have to worry about computer parts anymore. Unless I'm building something to sell or something like that, you know? So before I get into like kind of a negative part of the video, I want to say thanks to some manufacturers. Speaking of them, Corsair has been huge for me this year. They've sent me this chair, PC. There's a Corsair PC over here, peripherals, everything. Thanks so much to Corsair. Thanks to MSI for the, you know, the big video they sponsored. I got a whole computer out of the deal. That was pretty awesome. Deep Cool has done some advertising with the channel, and they've got amazing stuff, amazing coolers, amazing chassis. Deep Cool is one of my favorite manufacturers, that's for sure. NZXT sent me a bunch of stuff. Thanks very much. Great stuff, that's for sure. Noctua, I mean, you kind of think Noctua's the best. They don't really update their stuff, but anytime I ask Noctua for something, they send it to me like that. So huge thanks to you guys. G-Skill sent me a bunch of RAM. Biotech sent me a monitor. Gigabyte sent me some motherboards. Arctic, I was really hard on them for some GPU coolers, but they're pretty good company. They took that with a grain of salt, sent me some more stuff. They make really good stuff, just maybe not for the 5700 XT, so no big deal. But Aver Media has sent me some capture cards. Thanks to those guys. Leah and Lee sent me one of the best cases of the year, the Land Cool 2. I super recommend that case, and any manufacturer that sent me stuff, there's I'm sure a bunch that are missing there. Thanks very much for sending me stuff. You know, just a little shout out in the video. And then last thing I want to talk about is just be, you know, real with you guys for not too much longer here, but YouTuber burnout. I watched a video on Engadget, like the guys that do Android phone reviews and a little bit of computer stuff. Engadget, you know, pretty big bracket, right? They did a pretty good video, and I saw it yesterday, on YouTuber burnout, and they had like a beauty girl, maybe whatever, lifestyle girl, a guy that was really big into shoes, and then like a therapist, and they were all pretty big YouTubers, like close to 1 million, up to 10 million, and they were explaining how they always feel this like, you can never stop making content, and that's how I felt. I felt very, very close to what they were saying. Like they were speaking my language with the YouTube thing. Like I've always wanted to be my own boss, and here I am. I've been through a bunch of jobs, and I've even been manager, and you know, took over running some places, some car dealerships and stuff like that. And then me and the owner butt heads on a direction, and I usually end up leaving that job, you know, or something like that with it's not the greatest terms. Now I'm my own boss, And that's an amazing thing, and it's also a bad thing because you have to be your own motivation, and you have to, there's no one to kick your butt and say, you know, you're not doing it right, you're not doing enough, you know, so you have to be that person. And then at the same time, I'm completely responsible for my income, and if I do something wrong, I could ruin this, you know. And the YouTuber burnout thing, when I hit 100,000, I thought that was going to be like, finally, I'm in, I'm done. That's nothing these days, 100,000. You know, having 1 million isn't even enough anymore. So it's hard. Like the last January is really, or sorry, December. It's not the easiest time of year for me. My parents passed away a few years ago, one from a heart attack, one from cancer. I have a kid now, and I don't have very much family, and Christmas just doesn't do it for me anymore. It actually depresses the crap out of me. I mean, I love watching my kid on Christmas Day, but there's definitely like this cloud above me in December, and that's why I didn't get as much content out as I'd wanted, and then that makes me feel worse because I feel like I'm not doing enough for Black Friday and this and that and the other thing. And you know, you release a video like the Half-Life video and it gets 15,000 views instead of what I was hoping to be 150,000 or more. You know, so, but as far as the burnout, the direction of the channel and stuff like that, I can't let it get me down too hard. I'm one of the luckiest people on earth to be making YouTube videos about computer parts on the internet for a living and doing pretty good at it. I'm by no means struggling. It's, you know, I'm not making money hand over fist. I'm making about as much money as if I was working a real job out there. Sometimes a little more, a lot of times a little less. But I get a lot of computer parts for free. I have this huge audience that interacts with me, gives me social support, gives me mental support. And I, you know, when it comes down to the burnout thing in January, it's a whole new year, it's a whole new decade. And I look forward to coming up with all different video, you know, subjects and making weird things and, you know, finding old weird hardware and old video cards and displaying it for you guys like I always have. And if there's something that I used to do, like videos that you guys maybe hit the subscribe button for, stuff I don't do anymore, I'd love to know what your favorite kind of videos, you know, that I do and stuff like that. Like what's the best thing, you know, for you guys? Because that's really, you know, I don't do videos like this very often, so to get that kind of feedback, the opportunity is, you know, this is where I am at. I'm looking to see where you guys want the direction of the channel to be now that it's a new decade and we're going strong at 127,000 subscribers. And some of the best money I've ever made in the last couple of months. You know, I'm hoping that continues, and that way we can grow this empire. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to have fun. And they say you never do lift a finger in your life if you found a job that you love. If you do for a job what you think is your thing in life. They say you'll never work a day in your life if you love what you're doing as a job. That's what they say. Anyways, thanks to all the Patreon guys, the Discord guys, the people who email me questions and stuff like that. Thanks to all the manufacturers, the Patreon, you know. Thanks to everybody. I hope you had a wonderful 2019. I'm Timmy Joe at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram and Twitter. Send me your rig so I can make fun of it. tjroastmyrig@gmail.com. This has been 2019, and I won't see you guys until 2020. This is the year end, and I hope that's a little look, that's a little window. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you understand where I'm coming from, and I just loads of thanks is all I can say. It's amazing that I'm in front of a camera in my house right now, making money on YouTube, and people still don't understand that. I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks very much. Have a good one. Be safe. All that stuff.